Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft. We are finishing out this first week of Thunder Junction drafts here on the channel here on Friday. And for you limited junkies that want more, don't worry, next week we have 5 more days of Thunder Junction drafts, Monday through Friday. We have had a decent little showing in this set so far, but we're still looking for our first trophy here. So let's see what we can find with today's Pack 1 Pick 1. What can we start with? I love me an Irascible Wolverine. Great card here. What else we got? Loan Shark. We've got an Unscrupulous Contractor in black. I don't like Betrayal at the Vault. Seraphic Steed. 2-mana 2/2, first strike, lifelink, saddle 4. Whenever it attacks while saddled, make a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying. We've also got Primal Might, which is a fight spell in single green. Gosh, I think Seraphic Steed is better. Well, put it this way. Seraphic Steed is the best card in this pack, but it is gold, and I don't think I'm willing to commit to that this early. Unfortunately, it would have worked out for us because we could have got a Congregation Grift to follow it up. So do we like hook up our neighbor in white and then immediately cut them by taking Congregation Grift here? What else do we have the option to take? Let's see here. There's a Mystical Tether, but I mean, if we're taking Mystical Tether, I think I'd rather just take the Griff here. So 3-mana 1/4 flying lifelink. And when it attacks while saddled, it gets +X, where X is the number of mounts you control, so it at least counts itself. Green-white is the color combination that cares the most about mounts. That's to say, look, we took Primal Might. I think it's a worse card than the Pegasus or the Griff or whatever that thing was in the last pack, but it's still a good card. I'm not upset that I took Primal Might. It's just, you know, could have had 2 green-white rare uncommons kind of one after another. I think this is a really good card. I have yet to see it in a pack, but Stubborn Burrow Fiend, 2-mana 2/2 mount. Whenever it becomes saddled for the first time each turn, mill 2 cards and it gets +X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Okay, maybe if we get pushed off of white here and we need to go into green-black, we can definitely do that. Get past a Rise of the Varmints or something. Decisive Denial is a good one. Blue-green for those of you that can't see that cost there. A little bit difficult to see what the cost of some of these cards are. There's also Make Your Own Luck, which is another really good card. Lots of good green stuff, but I think I'm going to stick with the Stubborn Burrow Fiend here. What else do we have now? Satoru. A little far away from what we're doing at the moment. There is 2 blue-black rares and uncommons here. There's a Prosperity Tycoon. 4-mana 4/2. Makes a mercenary, and then you can sack a token, give it indestructible, and tap it. There's Tumbleweed Rising. There's also Festering Gulch as a crime land here. I mean, I guess the Tycoon is good with these like high saddle counts over here. It also makes a mercenary, which helps with saddling other things. We're not locking into green-white necessarily, but I think it's a pretty good card we can take here. All right, lots of good stuff here. I've seen the scuttle about Dance of the Tumbleweeds, and I'm wondering how good it is, and I think I'd be willing to try it. What are our other options, though? So, untap creatures, gets double strike, probably not. Stagecoach Security, also probably not. Trained Airings, I think, would be pretty good in this deck. And Free Strider Commando, not as much. So I think it's between the Airings and the Tumbleweeds here. So Tumbleweeds is 3 mana to get a land on the battlefield, or 6 mana to create basically a 6/6 and get a land, which I think is good. I would have taken it if the Trained Airings wasn't in that pack for sure. Requisition Raid. Destroy an artifact enchantment and then get counters on your creatures. I mean, maybe There is Mirage Mesa here. Concealed Courtyard, Explosive Derailment. I don't know if maybe we can find a way to splash this if we really need removal. We're probably going to want to be a little bit more straightforward green-white. I haven't been very impressed by green-white in this set so far. But it's early enough that I'm willing to try these things out for you. And as I say, sometimes I waste my gems, so you don't have to. Okay, so add a mana of any color only to cast a mount, and then 3 tap, look at the top card. If it's a mount, put it in your hand. Okay, well, I mean, if there's any deck that can use this well, it'd be this one. Also, Bristleback Sentry is a pretty darn good creature for this kind of deck here. I think I'm actually going to take this and, I guess, lean into the green-white mount life a little bit more, as all the green and all the white cards are taken out of this pack. Perfect timing. Maybe I take... I mean, the Burrow Fiend plus Bloodseeker plus Primal Might is a pretty darn good start to a black-green deck. And this is a pretty late Bloodseeker. I think this card is pretty good. I'll take it here. I'm sure our rare did not come back, and sure enough, it did not. Sandstorm Verge as another desert. Sterling Supplier. Reach for the Sky. Yeah, I'm not really too keen on many of these cards here. I'll just throw that into the sideboard. Here's a Crime Land versus giving creatures double strike and untapping them. What is this used for? Like, why do you... It's obviously a combat trick, but I don't think it's a great one. So I'll just take this land in the event that I need to go blue-green or something. I don't think I need a random 5-mana vehicle here. I don't think the Wingsmith is going to go very well in our deck, but I'll cut the white card here. That's a late Lazav. I don't think today is Lazav day, though. So I'll just take the gold pan. Stagecoach Security as another white card. Probably not playing blue. And then a mountain. So what can we find here but Stoneforge Mystic? Well, we're not going to have any equipment. I guess this is an equipment, but that's not a reason to put put Stoneforge Mystic in your deck. Double Down could be kind of interesting, but we're pretty far away from that. It's an easy Pest Infestation. This card is busted. Yeah, card's great. I would love an Aloe Alchemist and a Dance of the Tumbleweeds as well, but I can't look a gift horse in the mouth. Howdy, partner. So we'll take the Pest Infestation here, and I think still be in for the green-white life. Okay. Intrepid Stable Master is kind of a mount fixer. There's a trained Airynx that could wheel for us. Which one is this? ETBs exile a non-land card 3 or less, and it becomes plotted. Legendary creature, but a counter on each creature you control. I don't think that's what we're trying to do here. That's a big no. I wouldn't mind having Drover Grizzly wheel either. So either of these two cards wheeling would be pretty good here. But I'm going to take the Stable Master. Now we've got a pretty easy Journey to Nowhere, I think. 2 mana, exile a creature until it leaves. I think that's going to be our pick. Got Stagecoach Security, Tumbleweed Rising, and Inventive Wingsmith. All cards I probably don't want to play. In fact, I think I might even have a copy of all of these so far. Except the Rising, I suppose. So let's take Journey to Nowhere. This is a mount, right? 3 mana, 3/3. When it attacks while saddled, +1/+2. Any number of creatures that saddled that you can bounce them. Is that... What do we want to bounce? Prosperity Tycoon? Probably not. It is another mount, though. I do really want a copy of Snakeskin Veil in this deck. Or 2, to be honest. A Veil and a Take Up the Shield would be pretty good, I think. But we'll take another mount here, and we're really building around this mount stuff. Here's the Snakeskin Veil we can take. There's also Ariette's Lullaby, but I think we're going to be much more of a creature attacking kind of deck. Looks like the black isn't really going to happen, and I guess I can keep this in here for now. So we'll take the Snakeskin Veil here now. Armored Armadillo doesn't even saddle anything very well, so I don't think we're keeping that. Form a Posse on the splash. Probably not, but maybe. I don't think I need Mirage Mesa super badly here. And everything else isn't really working in my deck, so I guess I'll take Form a Posse. Full steam ahead. I just don't think these kind of things are where you want to be nowadays. Like, if you draw this in your opening hand, it's basically a mulligan. You gotta top deck this late. Ariette's Lullaby's also just not what we want to be doing necessarily. It might be playable, though. We'll see. Okay, we got a Bridled Bighorn, Wanted Griffin, Ankle Biter. Yeah, we got enough room for a 4-drop here. It's another mount as well. Man, this Bucolic Ranch is looking real good. It casts most of our cards. That is an Irascible Wolverine that wheeled. But unfortunately not for us. I think I'll just take a random 3-mana 3/2 here. Probably not play it. The Airynx did come back, but the green mount didn't. What was the other card I said I wanted to come back there? I can't remember exactly what it was, but this one did come back. The Trained Airynx, 2-mana 3/1. It also saddles well, even if this isn't the one we want to be saddling. Take another security here and probably not play it. Not going to play any of the cards in this pack. Nothing here. And nothing there. What can we finish out with? All right, we got double Ariette's Lullaby here. When this enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land or desert, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle, and it gets +1/+1 for each desert you control. Currently have 2, and might not even play one of them. But this is a 3-mana 3/3 with Vigilance with upside. So I think we'll go ahead and take Claim Jumper here. It's not super exciting, but it's fine. Maybe the Voracious Varmint Wheels, we could play that in the 2-drop slot. Got a lot of 2s, but let's go ahead and take Claim Jumper. I love me an Intimidation campaign, don't get me wrong. But today's not the day. Also, Stoic Sphinx is busted, but not going to play that. So, Rise of the Varmints? No, we're not really self-milling in things. I guess it's Outlaw Medic versus Spinewoods Paladin here. And I think I'm going to take the Medic. We don't have a lot of Saddle 1. In fact, maybe no Saddle 1. But I still think this is going to be a better roadblock than the 5/4 potentially. Oh, we could have had 2. Alright, I guess I'll take Holy Cow here. 3-mana 2/2 flash flying. ETBs gain 2 life and scry 1. What is this one though? 2-mana 3/3 vehicle with crew 2 and haste as long as you control a mount, which we likely will. If it's a land, you can put it on the battlefield when it attacks. Like, how much tapping of creatures are we going to be able to be doing? I think all of our mounts kind of do this thing already. So let's take the Holy Cow here. Wow, there's a lot in this pack. We've got a Sheriff. I don't think that's what we want. There's a Leyline Binding, which is basically going to be 4 mana to kill something. There's also Lassoed by the Law, which is another 4 mana to kill something at sorcery speed, but we get a mercenary with it. So are either of these better than the other? I think they're both great. I think I'll take the Leyline Binding because it is a flash spell, which I think makes it slightly better than Lassoed by the Law, even though this comes with a 1/1. So let's take the Leyline Binding there. No green, no white, but there is a Bristling Backwoods to potentially help splash these two cards if we want to. So I guess I'll take that here. Another Holy Cow seems okay. I could take the desert. I don't think I need a colorless land desert here. There's a lot of removal in this pack. Desert to do, Consuming Ashes, and Jailbreak Scheme. I'll take the Holy Cow, though. Abraded Bluffs for the splash versus Prosperity Tycoon number 2. I'm going to take the Desert Lane. I've already got one of these. I don't know how good this card is. I'm not splashing that, and we'll test it out with the current Prosperity Tycoon we have. But I'll take the Abraded Bluffs. And we did get to take up the shield. Ooh, wait. Oh, never mind. We got a Miriam, is what we got. As long as it's your turn, mounts and vehicles you control have hexproof. Whenever a mount attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Yes, please. That's exactly what we're looking for. The Varmint did wheel. I think that's fine. It is a 2-powered creature for 2 mana that we can saddle things with. So I think I'll take that here. Nothing I can play in that pack, unfortunately. So I think we can afford to splash the Form of Posse and probably the Explosive Derailment here. I think I'll get rid of the Lullaby. I'm not playing a 4th Stagecoach Security or whatever, so I'll just uncommon draft here. Another Varmint. I think that's better than a Wingsmith, so let's take that. And probably cut the blue land. I don't think I want the securities. Probably don't need Sterling Hound. Probably don't need Inventive Wingsmith. Gold Pan is suspect. And that looks like it'll be the deck. So I'm going to finish this deck build here and make a cut, and I'll see you after deck building. Alright, here's where I ended up after deck building, and honestly I think we kind of got there. We ended up with 6 mounts in the deck, which I think is a good amount, pun intended. Bucolic Ranch can fix for those mounts, and also, if we start flooding, try to find some more of them. Miriam works very well with them. Gold Pan, a Mountain, Abraded Bluffs, and Bristling Backwoods are all here to splash, form a posse. An Explosive Derailment. We've got Leyline Binding, Pest Infestation, Primal Might. We've got 15 creatures here. Couple of removal spells. By that I mean around 4 or so. Protection for ourselves. And a whole bunch of mounts and attacking. So I haven't been impressed by this deck when I played against it and seen others play with it. But again, like I said, what I like to do early on is I like to draft different decks so you guys can see some different things here on the channel as well. For when you go draft by yourself, so you know if this deck or if these kind of cards appeal to you and if it does well today. So, with that being said, I'm going to see you guys in our first game. Alright, we're going to start on the draw here to begin. Hand is really awkward because we don't have a plains. We've got 2 turns to find a white source to cast Trained Airings on 2. And if we miss for 3 straight turns, we've got Rambling Possum on 3. So at least there's that. And we've got plenty of draws to find that white. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this here for that reason. And as we do, if you find yourself enjoying the content here on the channel and are not yet subscribed and want to potentially be notified of future uploads and future drafts here to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All that does is create a curated feed of my and others' content onto your feed, and you can choose what drafts to watch and which ones to ignore. And nothing about any of that will hurt my feelings, whether you choose to subscribe or not. But it does help out the analytics of the channel, so if you do enjoy it, it would be greatly appreciated. As well as a Patreon page. I do have Patreon. For those of you that are interested in that, you can check out the link in the description here. Very, very affordable Patreon as well. So, thanks for your consideration on both fronts. And where do we go here? We did find our white. I can play Rambling Possum and tap out of Snakeskin Veil. Or I can play Trained Arinx and hold up Snakeskin Veil here. And then if I don't need to use it, I can still Possum next turn. I think I like that a little bit better. Because if they kill the Possum, then they can start attacking for quite a bit. And honestly, I don't necessarily mind trading the Arinx for the Prickly Pear here, I don't think. So we're playing against red-black, a deck that I think is pretty good. Okay, I mean, we traded 2 cards for their 2 cards there, so worse things have happened. Let's get this creature down here. Hopefully they don't have more removal because then we're out of gas here. We don't have a lot of combos with this necessarily, but another Prickly Pear. Okay. Only 1 white mana here, so we can cast Miriam and Explosive Derailment. I could attack with this and get a +1/+1 counter, but then basically everything can hit me back here. Can I afford to do that? I think I will. And then hold Derailment back to block these mercenaries, maybe? Because I do have a good sized board coming. I mean, at least 3 creatures. If I draw an untapped land, I can do this for 4 next turn. Which blocks their board nicely, currently. Let's see if Miriam even survives here. Do they have the +2/+0 to all creatures they've got, potentially? Yeah. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Found another land. I can trade these 2 off and then also Derailment. This one only takes 7. Probably have to do that. I even called what they had, which means I probably should have blocked the Prickly Pear there. Sacrifice. So whenever you commit a crime, create a treasure, and then you can sacrifice 3 treasures to make a dragon. Okay, let's do... Let's do this here. And then just attack here. I'm not going to saddle it because I've got good blocks on both of these creatures if I want it. So I can block the Prickly Pear and the Magda with 2/2/2s on each, or 2/1/1s on each of them. Down goes Possum anyway. Okay, we're going to need to draw something here now. That certainly isn't an example of drawing anything. Alright, now we'll go ahead and do this. Get rid of the summoner here. And then play Congregation Griff, and they now have priority. So I think they have another Skullduggery here, because Skullduggery can only give them priority if we have a creature and they have a creature. Whereas removal spells can give priority even if they only have a creature, because they could technically target their own creature. So that information that Arena just gave me there told me that they basically have Skullduggery in this spot. Just so you all know, for next time that could potentially happen. And now, that's a pretty good combo. In fact, that's such a good combo that we're dead next turn. If we don't draw anything. Now we still got one more turn. Nope, we don't, because they just put it there. So that'll do it. Alright. Well, did not work in our favor in that game. Alright, we're up second again. We've got Pest Infestation, we got a removal spell, a way to protect Miriam, but unfortunately we're going to have to run Miriam out there. Oh, come on, why you got to start like that? We're going to have to run Miriam out on turn 2, unprotected here, because we just need to... We've got nothing else we can do, and I'm not just going to wait that long, so... Play your 2-drop. Yeah, there's more stuff, sure. At this point, I might just have to trade off Miriam with the Desperate Bloodseeker. Just because they played 1-drop, 2-drop, and already have 4 power on the board. Okay, that's a 3/3. So Claim Jumper works if they hit a land drop and I miss it next turn. I can play Claim Jumper. And also still have protection up, which would be pretty good. So let's do Possum here. And then next turn after they hit a land, hopefully they hit a land so the Claim Jumper can actually do something, and they do. I think I just need to stabilize here. Ugh. Never mind. Now I can't stabilize because they've got an Honest Drutstein, and that card is really, really good. So the issue with casting Claim Jumper is I can't also hold up Snakeskin Veil here. So what I'm actually going to do is do this holding up Snakeskin Veil. And then if they hit a land drop next turn, I can do Claim Jumper here. That gets around what I'm trying to do. I can't do anything about that. Sure. Pass the turn. What did you plot? A 5/4 with Vigilance? No, it's going to come in as a 5/5. That is very annoying for me to deal with, unfortunately. Alright, I'll use this to kill Honest Rutstein here, I guess. I guess X equals 3, and that's what we're doing. Because this can only deal 4 damage. And this is going to be a 5/5. And then we'll get 6 of these here. They're going to draw an extra card because of their Outcaster and the 5/5 that they have. Desperate Bloodseeker probably mill me. Form a Posse would have been a nice draw. But can I interest you in a land? I'll kill that down with Derailment here now. And then I guess we can start doing this as well. I'd forgotten about this. I will like to put that on the bottom of my library. And, we do have a 2-mana mount in the deck. Guess I can start doing this on upkeep. Oh. Jealous. This is going to be my favorite card in the whole format, for sure. And we've already had our Varmint milled. Although I think we have 2. Oh, there's the other one. Both of them were milled. I'll decline to put that on the bottom, so let's draw it. Go to the main. And we're kind of stalemated here. They've gotten rid of our flyer. It's going to be tough to push through. This has reach? Why does that have reach? That is a mount. I'll take it. And now we draw for the turn here. Ooh. Unfortunately, this also doesn't give trample. So Prosperity Tycoon plus the Pests are a pretty good combo. I could actually potentially start attacking. Journey to Nowhere. I'm not super afraid of many of these necessarily. Saddle 2. I guess I can attack with this. And they can block with a couple things, but I don't necessarily mind trading it off for a couple of things. So let's do this. Go to combat, attack here. Okay. And then I'll do this, and I don't think I need to Journey to Nowhere or anything right now. That doesn't seem super necessary. Alright, I guess Bucolic Ranch might have actually won us that game there, because it got us a ton of value. Draws 2 extra cards, put 2 extra lands on the bottom of our library. Gosh, and a mount deck, Bucolic Ranch, pretty good. Alright, we go first this time. But no green in hand. We've got a 4-drop. Any land lets us cast Leyline Binding as well. Any land lets us cast Bighorn. We have a lot of green sources. I'm going to keep it. It's not great. But I think going to 6 is probably, has the potential to be worse than this. So forest into another land would be a good draw for us here. Oh, that would have been a great card in our deck. Got a trained Erynx. I don't think I'm going to Journey to Nowhere. Now we do have Bridal Bighorn on 4, and if that dies, then yikes. Things aren't looking great for us. Okay, they do have Snakeskin Veil here, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. If they saddle up their Erynx and attack, obviously they have Snakeskin Veil. So we're going to have to try to land this Journey to Nowhere through a Snakeskin Veil. It's going to be interesting. So many big score cards here, or whatever this is called. Outlaws of Thunder Junction? More like whatever sets these came from. Dominaria United. Strixhaven? No idea, and no idea. Yeah, so they'll saddle it up, attack. We know they have Snakeskin Veil here, so we won't block. Okay, well, this has Vigilance, so... So it deals 4 damage to this if they control a mount as they cast it. So even if we remove it, it doesn't matter. Okay. And they've still got the Veil here, so... 2 removal spells, not looking great. And a bunch of green cards, obviously. Also not looking great. Sure. Just play another 2-drop. Tap out, please. Come on. So I do this. They play Snakeskin Veil. They still draw a card. I take 8. Next turn I can Journey to Nowhere this thing. I have to fight through the Veil somehow, and it's going to eat one of my removal spells. Obviously they're keeping it up. Yeah, sure, go ahead, I guess. I mean, I don't have anything else to do. Obviously, I kept a sketchy hand, and it didn't work out for me, so that's partially on me, but still think I would keep it again. It's either the Arinx or the 3/3 here. It might not matter. If they've got removal, I just lose. I guess I could have Pest Infestation for 1, 2, 3, I guess 2? I don't think that would have been any better. Untapped land here isn't horrible, I guess. Does this have trample? Yeah, it does. Because that would let me cast this for 3. That is kind of horrible. Yeah, if I do Gold Pen, I can still cast Infestation for 2 here. Yeah, so I can't... I mean, this is kind of how I have to do it. I can't double block these two, and they have something else in their hand, obviously. So I think no matter which way I do this, I'm dead. I'm taking 2 currently. We got anything else? There you go. All right. Yeah, it just stumbled on lands there, so it happens. All right, you interested in trying it again? Didn't work for us last time. What's to say it won't work for us this time? We got an Eric's on 2, so there's that. I don't think I'm blocking because I can trade the varmint for it here. Or it just gets countered anyway. Yep. Unlicensed hearse. Let's hope they don't get a creature. Because then they can start crewing some things. So I can do this now. It gets me a double scry because I can saddle it here. As opposed to casting it on their turn. They're also tapped out. I'm actually just going to do this now for that reason. So gain 2 life, scry 1. I don't think I need another forest here. Definitely don't need another plains. I mean, another forest would let us use Primal Might and hold up Snakeskin Veil here. Okay, seize the secrets again, and what else you got? Nothing. No, I don't need Gold Pan. Could potentially have lethal with Primal Might next turn. Depends if they tap out or something. Okay. Can they do something about that? I mean, they can crew, but like it's just gonna... Yeah, like it just goes away. Or goes back to being a non-creature end of turn here. Yeah, so this would attack as a 6 power. We could also Primal Might, make that up to 6 power attack, and then there's 2 lethal threats there. Alright, well, when we get our creatures down and protect them early, it can work out. Just, that's kind of our game plan. Well, we've got all of our colors here, so we can do Burrow Fiend on 2, and then hopefully find a creature by turn 3 that we can saddle this with. Ooh, that'll be nice with Pest Infestation at some point, if that's still on the battlefield. Thinking about going to find something here, apparently. Okay, I got a swamp. What is this? Whenever you commit a crime, put a counter on it. As long as it has 4 more counters, it has Menace and Lifelink. It's pretty good. Again, doing this here now so that we can get the trigger off of the Burrow Fiend. Or be able to saddle with the Burrow Fiend here. I'd be fine just trading this off for Vadmir here. I don't think they'll do it, but... Intimidation campaign is a good one. We might just have to pest... Ah, gosh. If we had 5 mana, we could Pest Infestation and kill both of these. Let's hope they don't commit a crime next turn. Because then we can Infestation and really go to town here. Something we can do is kill Vadmir now. So give it +1/+1 until end of turn. And then have it fight. And I'm going to do it this way so I can also saddle with the Burrow Fiend here, and I get lifelink. Okay, got one more creature there. If they don't commit a crime this turn and they tap out, I can Pest Infestation here and kill both of their things. Wait, do they seriously have Plains, Forest, Swamp, Island, Mountain? Yes, they do. Okay, do they have an instant speed way to commit a crime for a green and a white? I'm gonna say no. And really hope this works out. Nice. Alright, that's probably game right there. That was quite the blowout. Yeah, pest infestation actually having targets is a huge, huge advantage. Buried in the garden, getting rid of the Burrow Fiend, I'm sure. Or no, the Holy Cow, yeah, that makes sense. Let's go wide. They might have a way to commit a crime and kill the Burrow Fiend here. In fact, I think they do, but they still go to 3, and we have so many creatures that next turn it's probably just lethal here. So there goes the Burrow Fiend. They go to 3. They can flash that back. Which doesn't do anything. And there we go. Pest infestation and form a posse. Going wide and getting it done. Okay, very easy keep here would be outstanding if we were on the play, but unfortunately we can't always be lucky. But, I mean, Airings into Griff into a couple different options here is going to be pretty good for us. That represents a good amount of damage here. In fact, red-black Outlaws is quite aggressive. Yeah, there's another one. Take a damage, you draw a card, deal 3 to us. Sure, if they have a way to kill Congregation Griff, this is going to be a problem. Okay, they didn't choose to attack. Pass turn. Hopefully no interaction from them. They have like a creature and a removal spell. This is pretty much over. Okay, so clearly some sort of trick here. Obviously can't block them because they've got Skullduggery probably is what it is. Ooh, that's a nice little draw. How do we do this? I'd like to hold up Snakeskin Veil here. And play Holy Cow. I'm sure they're going to try to go for removal. That's why I held up the Snakeskin Veil. End the turn. Now we've got Derailment and Holy Cow here. I think I'd rather get the creature down, so I'm going to play the Holy Cow. Oof. Okay. Let's see what's on top of our deck here first. Okay, so let's do that, and then discard, I guess, these two. Okay. Kind of all in on Congregation Griff here. If they can't deal with that, then we're probably good. But if they can, then that's a problem. That's fine. Let's get rid of Vial Smasher here. Murder the Griff, yeah. Okay, they're still taking 5 here. That's annoying. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'll decline to put that on the bottom. And then I attack here. They have to block. If they block with a Cool, I can Derailment and kill a Cool. But then I'm taking 6 on the backswing. Minimum, probably 7. Otherwise, they're chumping here. Okay, so now we can kill 2 of these. And I think I want to kill these 2. So I can deal 4 damage to a Cool. No, it's got to be these 2. 4 damage to a Cool, and then this will deal 3 damage here, here, and then 1 there, and then this will finish it off here. But then they have a 3/3. I gotta kill a Cool. I have no choice there. So I deal 4 damage, and then I get 1 damage, and then I get 2 more additional damages, which I guess go to Vault Plunderer here. So we do this. And I think I can wait on Pest Infestation. I can do it for X equals 2 next turn. If they play an artifact or an enchantment, then I can blow that up too if I get a little lucky. But Holy Cow is their biggest issue right now. They got to deal with that. Yeah, let's just do Infestation for 2 here. Gets us a bunch of chump blockers. As long as they don't have, like, Fling or something. This should be okay. Alright, did I Duelist? That does have Reach, so good for you. Block, block, take 3. So if they don't have priority when I play this, then I win. They do have priority. So I can't necessarily go for it. Well, if they have removal, let's say they remove this, block, block, they still die? So they have to have 2 removal spells here? Or a way to, like, gain life? Gosh, this could backfire, but, I mean, they block the Holy Cow, they eat a pest, and then they take 3, right? Do they have a way to gain life in red-black? I guess Skullduggery could, but that doesn't gain life. That just kills a 1/1. I guess they could have Skullduggery and another removal spell. Alright, they gotta have 2 removal spells here. Let's see what it is. Lifelink Flyer will do it, potentially. In fact, are we now dead? I can't say I saw that one coming. I have to chump Blood Hustler now. Yeah, it's still early days in the format. That is a card I was not playing around, unfortunately. Ugh. They got us now? And a land. That's got trample. Man, what a draw. Good for you. Good for you. Can't say I saw that one coming there. Yeah, go to 3, take trample, block there, block, block, take 5, and die. Great draws. Great, great draws from the opponent there. I thought we had it, and they top decked their way out of it like an absolute champ there. So good for you. You were dead on board and drew the exact card needed to win there. So still can't find our first trophy in this format. It is what it is. Thanks for tuning in today. No drafts this weekend. I'll see you next week for 5 more drafts here on the channel. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hope y'all are enjoying the format at home, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.